ki khubor ka Batesi TV. Lawan Rashapi ta ka Frank Motors. Ka Tata Safari ka SUV ka bapaw tam jong ka India minta kalami ha ka jinglong batmai ringkat bat khatsan teligi features baningkong e ha ka segment. La play ye ki booking but ya ki jing tip bakambnia one shaka Frank Motors light koringi lani phone hau number hinyo not sausan r not hinyo khanda hinyo lai.
Menteri Ketnat jengok kai perthai ke Sorkar Jila ba polling do ha ka santri Kuala Lengkot arja apsau ula pli pai ba ia ka Jingdro dor baladro pen internet ba de kiti jong Samla Pascal Mario Kemenlang Pathaw ubalong uwei na kinong dro dor ba pau nam ba kini ke Jila Meghalaya ha kini ke Jingdro bala bani ishna ba ha ka Kynroh jong ka Ophis rekam jong ka Ophis Deputy Commissioner ke East Coast Hills District la batai ya ka Jingmot jong ka Jingdro bala a Jingkershan da ka Asian Paints ka Start Indian Foundation ba ka Sorkar Meghalaya kani ka Jingdro ka phalang sya ka jingruspa jong ka Jila Meghalaya hakikam jingok kai perthai bat ki jingte nam umen barem ki bakan thop ya ka jingking jiri ka bakado ya ka jingadai hapdang ubrio bat ka mairam o ka jingkho jingsuba jong ka snong maulenong bat ka snong nowen bat ka Jingdro ka penpawru ya ka jing ithiang jong ki ksha ki sentiu ki skot ki sem ki do ki mrat ki mreng ka jingruspa ha ka riti jong ka jai beriu khasi Jaintia bat garu ki balong ki lightly ki jai benriu ki wasong wasa akini ke Jila Meghalaya ha ka jing ple pat ba ekini ke Jingdro la sakhilang da ka Deputy Commissioner ka Congress ta Mary Kurba lembat ki ofisa
It's mesmerizing clouds that rise above the hills which is seen in various places across the district and for this we are also aware that it's one of the richest biodiversity region of the country as well as in the world itself. Okay, so as we all know, we have three tribes in the state: the Khasi, the Pynars, and the Garos. So the Khasi and the Pynars are believed to be the remnants of the first Mongolian who came to India, and the Garos are originally inhabited in a province of Tibet named Thora. The Office of Deputy Commissioner was approached by the Start India Foundation last year during the month of October-November. We had planned to have a different design actually. It was to coincide with the Cherry Blossom Festival, but that didn't take place and I'm very happy in a way that it did not happen because cherry blossoms is very seasonal and it's only for a certain period of time. So we kind of we wanted to change the concept, and that's why it took time. And but we are very happy to inform you that we started this with the new concept on the 13th of November, and it we finish the whole thing. We finish on the 1st of Jan itself this year. As you all know, that this office is most visited office by the local people for various reasons. We all know that, and also its location is very strategically located. And the wall that is facing that we have painted, it's just along the JS road, and we hope that people will appreciate and we look at the elements that are present there. I would just like to inform you that all these elements are present across our district. We can see the paila on the top. This is an ornament being worn by both the Khasi and the Pynars, and then we can also see up there on the right hand side, we can see the Garo tribe. There's a couple showcasing the Wongala festival. Then we have the Khasi tribe in the middle, showcasing Kapa Santiu and Umilimgam. Then the last couple there is from Pynar, and these couples represents the legend of Kali Dokha and Warindi. Then we have on the left side, you can see that is a rainbow waterfall at Nongrian. This is just a symbolic of one of the beautiful cascading waterfalls that we have in our district and also in some other district. Waterfall is very one of the main attraction that there are different waterfalls and they have different story. Each waterfall has its own story, and we have many folklores around each waterfall. And then we also have with us here the Maubinna. You can see the grey portion here. That it symbolizes remembrance. We remember or honoring any king or queen, or for that matter, any respectable person. We always have this Maubinna. The standing one would be for the male, and the lying one would be for the female. The female one is not there, so don't not afraid. And then we also have a depiction of the state animal here, the clouded leopard, and we have the lady slipper. It's the flower, of the state flower. And then we also have the state bird, the myna. Okay, so these are the elements which are very important for our state as a whole.
Thank you, Mario, for the beautiful concept and for having taken the art form from the gallery to the streets. Mr. Mazumdar, our regional coordinator of Street Art Start India Foundation, Mr. Asif Khan, and members of your team. I think it took you less than 2 months to complete this very important task. And I'm sure that the hills have certainly come alive with your painting, depicting the rich, traditional and cultural motifs of Meghalaya. I wish to add here that more than anything else, what you have done today is encourage visitors, tourists visiting the state of Meghalaya, to not only be mesmerized by our natural beauty, but also to step into something called immersive tourism. Immersive tourism is when a tourist goes beyond what hits his eyes, and to try to go deeper, to immerse into the culture, immerse into the arts, the myths, the legends, the history, the cultural background of a people. And that is an experience that Meghalaya has so much to share with the rest of the world. Very few of our citizens are even aware of the fact that we have something called the Pynïapbiej, which is a geological age determined worldwide, and the Pynïapbiej is supposed to have started 4,200 years back, until 1950. And therefore, for a tiny backwaters of India to be recognized internationally and to have a geographical age named after our state is itself an achievement. I keep telling friends that a lot of us suffer from negativity bias, and therefore we tend to think in terms of what is going wrong with us. But if you look back at what has been depicted in these murals, you will see for yourself that Meghalaya has so much to offer to the rest of the world. If you think in terms of each of our waterfalls having their own stories behind, the hills, even the skies, and each facet of nature has a rich tapestry of beauty woven around it. That itself is something that we should be able to properly highlight to visitors. And with the kind of footfalls that we've had, 2023, Meghalaya received not less than 15 lakh visitors from across the world. It's an achievement, a huge achievement, considering the geographical isolation, the fact that we are a landlocked state. If you take all of that into account, and yesterday a friend shared with me a report in the Singapore Times, an entire article, a write-up on Meghalaya. It certainly shows that we have arrived. And given the correct approach, given the teamwork that I've always believed that teamwork works, there is so much that we can do together. And today, if we are to speak about what Meghalaya has to offer to the rest of the world, I mentioned about the geological age. 2, even the culture that we follow, the custom that we follow, the material system that we follow, is itself something that should attract anybody who's interested in culture, history, customs, cuisines. We have the best cuisines in the world. Now, if each of these facets of our history and culture is properly depicted, I'm sure the sky is the limit for us. I would encourage you, whenever you're in Delhi, to visit the Meghalaya store. A small, a tiny space in the national capital. But there is so much that the store has to offer in terms of what Meghalaya has. The diverse arts and crafts, the culture, the plants that we grow, our rootedness in culture and music, all of these find space. And none other than the Prime Minister of the country visited Meghalaya store early last year. Look at the cave systems that we have. It's one of the best, one of the finest. A friend of mine was stunned when I told him that we have a cave in the Jingdro Hills with a length of 23 kilometers. Now, if we consider these various facets, all that we need to do in order for us to be able to script our success story is for each of us to coordinate our efforts and work as a team. The various natural landscapes that Meghalaya has is something that I keep telling my friends. When you come to Shillong, do not only ask whether you have 5 or 7-star hotels. I tell them, step outside your hotel rooms, look up to the sky. You'll see not 5, not 7, but thousands of stars. You ask whether your AC is working or not. The entire space around you is a natural AC. And at a time when the air quality, AQI, in the national capital has reached the levels that it is called a gas chamber, Shillong has 40, Sora has 15 degrees of AQI, which is something marvelous. And in spite of our inability to enforce laws regarding pollution. Yet, God has been so kind that whatever we breathe is something purified, something that adds to the quality of our health. Therefore, let us consider these to be our strengths. Work on those strengths. I would like each one of you to join in our efforts to encourage responsible, self-sustaining tourism. Today, we have reached a point where Meghalaya is the next sought after destination. And if we continue in our efforts to sustain whatever we've started, I'm sure that within the next few years, people will not look up to government as the source of employment, but they would themselves be employment generators and employment creators.